Alright. Class.
Yes.
That was weak. Did he? Where were you on that one? Water? Okay, so, you guys, I know no one has earbuds in right now because everyone's going to be paying attention, right? And everyone's going to be following along because this one right here is going to affect you now. Not really in the future, but now.
Wait, let me grab my notes.
Okay, now, what goes along with this is every year that I teach this same lesson, I have students that are finally 18 years old. They go and they pull their credit report, which you're allowed to pull your credit report every year. Okay? There's been an update to that law where you could actually pull your credit report once a week. Okay? You go onto the website, you create an account for the credit reporting agency, and you can pull it every week. I pulled mine recently, about 2 weeks ago, and I found out that there is a charge or a collections account for me for $6,000 for something I did not do. So now I have to go back and try to fight with them about saying whose credit is this? Who owes this money? It's not something I did. Every year that we do this, students will come up and when they're finally 18, they pull their credit report and they find out, hey, someone's been using my credit. I have a whole bunch of stuff against my name that are charges. I already have bad credit because someone was using my social and charging things and buying things and then not paying for things. Okay, your social security number. So by the time you turn 18, huh? I don't know. Where? It was right there. Oh, it's over there. Okay. So, I highly recommend, as soon as you turn 18, go and pull your credit report from the 3 reporting agencies. There's 3 different agencies. There is Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Okay? I don't think those 3 are on here, but I'm telling you what they are now. So, Equifax, okay, spell it however you want, TransUnion, and Experian. Especially if you want to try and buy something soon, okay? Or you need to rent a house, or you have to do something else in which that they're going to pull your credit to see if you are credit worthy to be able to, do all these things. Or even just getting a credit card. When you find out, hey, this credit card is not a very good rate. Why is that? Okay, there is charges that get your name. They will stay on your account against your social security number for the next 10 to 12 years. So that means that if you have a bunch of charges and bad credit built up right now, it's going to stay there for the next 10 to 12 years. Even if it is not you. But you have to actively go and try to dispute these charges. More than one occasion, this was last year, more than one occasion, parents were actually pulling credit in the kid's name, but they did not pay it diligently. So their credit cards and their kid's social, all these other things, and they weren't paying diligently. So these kids have charges already that their parents pulled out in their name that they did not pay. So I know it sucks, but you know what? That's kind of, bad stories. So right here, credit report contains following information: identifying information, name, social security number, current address, previous addresses, record of credit accounts. This includes details about all or closed credit accounts, such as each when account was opened, latest balance, and payment history. Now, payment history is super important. If you get one late payment, that's a huge ding. Whatever your payments are, you must pay them on time every time. And if there is a problem that the bank did not get it, you have to call them right away or whoever the debit is to make sure that this is not reporting. Credit card companies report directly to these agencies, so you will see it each month. Each month that you'll see it, you'll say 1 month after another, and if you're late 1 month, you'll actually have a late symbol there just in all that, and that will bring down your credit report. It's harder to build up your credit than it is to ruin your credit. Kind of like, okay, let's say for instance, you're dating someone, okay? You trust them, right? You trust that person you're dating, okay? But doesn't it take a while to build up that trust, right? Okay, and if they break your trust one time, they go out with their friends, and you find out that friend was also some dude, right? And it wasn't just friends, it was just that dude and the movies and dinner, and then you're like, what the hell is that? And then from that point on, do you really trust them? No. And guess what? That's these credit agencies right there. That's creepy, right? Okay, seriously, she should not be going out with their ex friends to the movie, right? Okay, you don't need that drama. Stay away from her, okay? Seriously. Anyway, all right. Public records information. Any of your public records, such as bankruptcy information, appears on this section of the credit report. Collection agency account information. Unpaid accounts are turned over to collection agencies. Information about such actions appear in the section of the credit report. Inquiries. Companies have asked for your credit information because you applied for credit listed here. Now, there is things as a hard strike and a soft strike. If you go and you try to pull to see what your credit is, the bank could actually pull a soft strike. It's just an inquiry. But now if you say, hey, at that bank, be like, all right, now I want to go to that bank and say, all right, I do want this $5,000 loan for this car. When they actually do a hard strike, that means that they are actually checking it for, you are pulling money this time. So a hard strike will also reduce your credit. Soft strikes, not so much. Okay? That's just an inquiry, where a hard strike is you are attempting to actually pull that money or attempting to borrow money. So those are the two types of strikes. So you could just inquiry, like looking up your credit history, versus the hard strike. Organizations known as credit bureaus are collecting information on individual consumers and provide credit reports to prudential lenders, employees upon request. Three main, they do have it here. So it's Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. And if you go to your bank, which some people actually told me about that already, your bank actually has another score. It's not one of these, it's called a FICO score, which is something that the banks use, but it actually isn't exactly the same as these. So your FICO score is based on different things than what this is. So if you look that up and it's going to say one thing, it's not the same thing. Now, you could actually look this up. So this is actually the credit reporting that you can get every year, but then there's another one that you can go to, which is also federal government, where you could actually just go get your credit report, pull that one, if you're 18 and over, and I highly recommend, whatever it is, save it in its entirety. Save it in its entirety. So you can go back, you either have to print it or save it. So save the whole thing, and if you do have something on there, you could look at it and say, hey, something happened here, I didn't have this then, or I have it then. So keep that, so at least once a year. And if you're not, if you're not actually doing a lot with your credit, like you're trying to buy more stuff, then once every 3-4 years, always check it. Okay, it is one of those things that as an adult I recommend you do. Yes, that guy. Yeah, restroom, right? What you got?
This thing.
I don't know what that thing is. I will get to it in a second.
Look that up.
You did?
Yeah.
Let me see. Annual credit report? Yes. Yep, there we go. So you can go through and you're gonna have to. Okay, then you have to verify yourself for it. Okay? All right, so
I'll do that later.
yeah, so it's something that there is personal information, so you might not want to actually just do it right here in front of all your homies, because they're gonna like steal your stuff and be like, yo, you know, so Javi's got,
I got nothing to steal.
I know, right? There's nothing left there. Okay, credit bureaus use data from your credit report to create a credit score, which is used to measure your credit worthiness. Credit scores, or FICO scores, which is, like I said, the bank one, range from 300 to 850, with higher score indicating better credit. Table of contents ranges from credit scores and their measures of credit worthiness. So this is what it goes by here. When you actually see your scores, this is what you're going to use for your homework. And it's going to ask you, hey, good, bad credit scores, okay? Good, fair, poor, bad. Those are the terms that they're going to actually refer to when you're looking at, you know, opening up credit accounts. Okay, what is your credit scores? Oh, I have a good credit score, or I have a very good credit score, or fair, okay? Those are the things that it's going to ask, and those are the words that they use for that. So you got to be careful about actually getting something. Or if you plan on being an employer, hiring some people, do you really want to actually hire people here that are dealing with your money, that can't handle money?
Hire illegal immigrants.
Huh?
If you hire illegal immigrants.
Are you putting them on a payroll, or are you just going to pick them up at Home Depot?
Pick them up at Home Depot.
Okay. Does their credit reporting have anything to do with it? No, it's,
guess not.
you know, yeah, okay. So, but you have a real business, and in that business, these people handle money for you, right? They make transactions for you. Are you going to want to hire people that are not good with handling money? Not really, right? Those are the ones that you have to worry about. So, if you, being the business owner, you're going to look for people that are better with money because they're going to handle your money for you. That being said, keep going. So, payment history. Late, missing payments show up on your credit report. It can lower your scores. For a higher credit score, be sure to make your payments by the due dates. Account balances. High account balances may lower your score, especially when balances are close to your credit limits. Keep any credit card balances well below the credit limits on the card. Link to credit history. In general, the longer you've had credit, the higher your score will be. Credit mix for higher scores, and it's good to have a mix of types of credit such as credit cards, car loans, mortgages. New credit, opening multiple new accounts in a short period of time, is viewed as risky and may lower your credit score. So once you guys turn 18, a lot of you people, your scores are going to go down real quick because you're going to start doing some of these things. There we go. So on that, again, make sure you guys all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Support my channel.